twice today already. So we'll be sitting there, we're drilling along. If I actually glance out that drill still and I smack her in the wrist, well, guess what? She's got a really sore wrist, right?
Yeah.
The other problem is I can't swing this for 8 to 10 hours a day, so we swap. She becomes the hammer person, I become the shaker man. Well, the first thing she's going to do, obviously, she's going to strike me back on the wrist, level playing field, then we start drilling. All right, young lady, keep your eye on top of that drill still. Don't take your eye off, you won't hit me.
All right.
There she will. So, folks, that's double jack drilling. Perfect. Give her a round of applause.
Woo!
So, young lady, we did twice the work, so we're making 50 cents more a day. We got paid at $1.50 for that. Would you do that for $1.50? Yeah, neither would I. So, folks, this actually took weeks to drill out that round. In the 30s, they came out with this drill here. This is called a column drill. It's a pneumatic machine ran off compressed air. They call it a column drill because you got that big steel column, you wedge it in the top, and you got the jacks on the bottom. There's two problems with this machine. Number one, it weighs over 300 pounds, so it still takes 2 to 3 miners to move it around that 8 feet by 8 feet, 32 to 40 holes. The other problem is the nickname they gave it in the 30s. This is actually called a widowmaker. Yeah, she's giggling over there, yeah. So, folks, 90% of the rock in the world has silica dust in it. This is Gunnison blue granite. This is actually full of silica dust. So those miners in the 30s, they'd come over here, they turn that drill on, they start drilling out that hole. As they're drilling, all that dust is coming out and they're ingesting that dust. Those miners in the 30s were only good for about 3 to 5 years before they expired. They're going to pass away from what miners call black lung disease, better known as silicosis. So later on, they came up with a genius idea. They got this drill stills. They hollowed out a hole from the top all the way down to the bottom, came over here, injected water into their drill. Now instead of having that dust, they actually have a slurry. So when they introduced the water to the drilling, they cut down the silicosis by 74%. All right? So I'm going to be running a lot of equipment, not a lot, a few pieces of equipment down here. It is going to be loud. So when I count down from 3, make sure you plug your ears. If you have hearing aids in, take them out or however they work. All right, moms, like I said, they're either going to love it or it's going to be bad, all right? Come on, Cameron. Come on, jump, run over. I don't want to plug your ear. I'm going to get smacked over this. With your left hand, grab that. With your right hand, plug your ear. I'm going to plug this here. Can I touch your ear? All right, no wet wheel inside your ears. I know, you got to ask everybody nowadays. All right, so when I count to 3 and turn that on, you start spinning that like crazy, okay? All right, here we go, folks. Moms, you ready? 1, 2, 3. What do you think of that? Feel that vibration and that percussion? So, young lady, that's only 45 psi. At the end of this tour, I'm going to set off 500 pounds of powder, dynamite. So you got to make sure all 12 of us down that drift bar enough because we're not going to get knocked on our backside and we're going to lose our hard hats. All right? Can you do that for me? Yeah. Usually I have a little bit taller than her, so they fall for my shenanigans. But anyways. So, folks, when I say I've been all over the world, what I do is vertical development. I go straight up called a raise, or I go straight down called a shaft. What you're standing in right here is called a drift. It's horizontal. All this equipment from here on out that I demonstrate, we talk about, still used to this day, and all this equipment is actually designed to mine that you're standing in right now. All 4 of these drills, they're 125 pounds with a 4-foot drill still. They're a pneumatic machine. They have a telescoping leg on them. So that telescoping leg, I don't hold up 125 pounds. I turn that leg on. It's actually an air cylinder. It's going to push that drill still against the rock for me, and that's how I'm going to drill out those rounds. These 3 behind me that are against the rib, they're called a stoper or a buzzy. They're for driving rays. I bring out my stoper, and we're actually going to see a raise here in about 5 minutes. I bring out my stoper, I line it up, I'll drill a series of holes above my head called a raise round. Everything I'm teaching you today is about driving drift. Take what I teach you, put it above you and straight below you, same concept as raise mining and shaft sinking, all right? This one here, this is a 63 Gardner Dimberjack leg. Me personally, I can drill that 8 feet by 8 feet out, 32 to 40 holes in about 2 hours. You always have a partner. I'd be on the right, he or she'd be on the left. 2 drills, 2 miners, you meet in the middle, you cut it down to 45 minutes. So we went from weeks to days to hours. All right? So this young lady's going to run this one. Come on.
I looked at the eye and I said, choose me.
Choose me. All right. Right hand, grab that. Can I touch your ear?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, you got it. Okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
All right.
Just don't touch my ear.
Oh, shit. Sorry. All right, folks. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Mom. operation?
Yeah.
Do it for 30 years, you'll be like me, it's called arthritis.
Oh,
It's called trade
okay.
schools or college, young lady, yeah. All right, folks, that's the drilling process. Any questions about the drilling so far?
How often will female miners?
You gotta yell at me.
Females, how often miners?
So, honestly,
You
when I
said
get-
issues, that's why I asked.
yeah, oh, I always say, because you gotta watch what you say. Usually when there's a big group, I always say the vertically challenged up front, because you can't say short, you can't say anything anymore, right? And I usually say, if you can't understand me and I pull a Biden, let me know and I'll repeat myself too. But that's a 50-50 chance there, right? I work off tips, so yeah, we can go. No, so what I do is I go out and set up mines. So if there's been a mine that's actually had bad safety or they're behind schedule, when I go and I set people up, I will hire you before I hire him. I'll hire these 3 females before I'll hire the guys in here, especially for rubber tire equipment, the loaders and the trucks. Because you're not gonna try to keep up with me, it's not gonna have that contest. Women are they're a lot easier and the equipment lasts longer. So yes, there is a lot of women. Mostly are geologists and surveyors and stuff like that, but there is some women miners, yes. Yes, sir.
So weeks to make the holes. How many
Weeks
holes?
to drill out that round, 32 to 40 holes, 6 feet deep.
Okay, and that would be so they could do the dynamite blow.
Yeah, it's all coming around, yeah.
All right.
Be my overachiever, we're getting there.
I would be so.
So this one rotates the bit itself, and this one you have to manually rotate it.
So they're actually opposite threads. So those are carbide bits when you go in there. So hard rock, this type of rock I can drill out about 2 rounds with 1 bit. When I was mining uranium, sandstone, and limestone is actually more abrasive, so it actually tears that carbide out. I'd only get 23 to 24 holes before I had to switch it out. Because the dynamite's actually just a hair smaller than the hole.
Right.
Because it's all about pressure.
Right.
Yeah.
Are the bits made of like a special material like dynamite?
Carbide.
Okay.
Yep. Alright, any other questions? You look left out. Do you want to run the drill with the baby? Come on down here, folks. Get next to that wooden barricade, look straight up, and you'll actually see a raise. Hi. I told you they either like it or they hate it. Usually they fall asleep. They listen to my voice and they're just like, wow, he's annoying and I don't even know what he's saying, but I'm going to take a nap. Yep. So folks, stay right over here, look straight up, and you'll see a raise. There's my rock, young lady. I know you're vertically challenged. You stand on my rock, stick your head out there and look up. So folks, the best way to explain the mine to people, if you've never been around them or in them, it's actually an underground building. So, if you've been to a skyscraper or a hotel in Vegas, you get in the elevator, you push floor 2 looks like 3, it looks like 4, so on and so forth, right? All 7 levels of this mine are similar to this. There's a series of drifts, a series of raises, and a series of ore chutes. All mine is an underground building. The difference is one's made out of steel and concrete, this one's made out of solid rock. Okay? So this right here, this is our underground elevator. We call it a skip or a cage. How that works, back behind you, there used to be a big winch called a hoist. Instead of having a 2-inch rope cable, it'd go up the winds, go around the wheel, go up 630 feet, go around the big bull wheel, come down and connect to the center there. And that's how you're going to go up and down. So you mentioned that number 2 level outside. This raise goes straight up 600 feet to the number 2. Then it actually offsets by about 110 yards, and it'll go up all the way up to the 7th level. So there's 3,000 feet of raises for the conveyances throughout this mountain. So, unlike that building and that elevator, we actually don't have buttons that we push. We use bell signals. We still use bell signals to this day. Obviously, we have better bells and a lot better electronics. This one right here, this is Colorado state bell signal chart. I work for a Canadian company, so I'm used to Ontario bells. I spent the last 2 years in Botswana, Africa, so we use Botswana bell signals. If you read here, it says 3 bells, men getting on. Down here, a 1, 2. 1 is going up, 2 is at a level. If you're going to go to the 3rd level, you'd ring the 1, 3. So we're going to go to the 2nd level, we're going to give them a 3, 1, 2. As soon as we ring that 3, 1, 2, all of us will get on that skip. That hoistman back there is going to reply 3, 1, 2. As soon as he does, we're going straight up 600 feet to the number 2 level to go to work. Right. This one over here, that's actually called a coffin skip. That was outlawed in the 50s. It's got it in the name, right? Amen, coffin. So that 2-inch rope cable I mentioned holds tens of thousands of pounds of weight. That actually is a 5/8 cable. You put a 200-pound miner in there, a 100-pound drill, some drill steel, 5 cases of dynamite, you're between 800 and 1,000 pounds. So your partner would run that little yellow thing on the other side of there. That's called the tugger. Well, as soon as you got around this brow, you get up there 400 feet, your partner can't see you, you get hung up on the hanging wall, that weight's gonna snap that cable, you and all your gear coming straight back down to the next man. That's why they call it a coffin skip, and that's why they outlawed it in the 50s, alright? So I'm gonna run this for you again, make a little noise, I'll count it down from 3. Young lady, you wanna go for a ride my coffin skip? You weigh like what, $1.05? It's good for like 230, no? No takers, no takers?
Put the baby in.
This one's like, I don't want to. You didn't let me drill, let me right now. All right, here we go, folks. Watch the coffin skip, a little bit of noise. Here we go, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
I don't think your mother would write that.
All right, is there any questions about the coffin skip, the underground elevator, or the raise itself?
How do you go up when you're making the tunnel?
Okay, so we're gonna go up, it doesn't matter how big it is, we're talking about, say, 8 feet by 8 feet, right? 6 feet deep. So the raises, you're actually going 8 feet deep. So what you do is when you go to do your round, after that first 2 rounds, I'm gonna drill it off my muck pile. Well, the next round going up, I'm gonna drop down at 7 feet, I'm gonna put 2 holes here, 2 holes here. Those are for eye bolts, kind of like.
I see, there's one of those.
Yeah, see those eye bolts? Then I'm gonna go up there, I'm gonna take 2 6x6 timbers. I'm gonna chain them off. I got a steel ladder that goes up, I chain that timber off here, I chain this one off here. I got a drill board and I got a standing board. I'll sit up there and I'll drill off that.
How wide is this board?
Oh, I go smaller the better.
Yeah.
Because I never bring anything out, right?
Yeah.
I'll bring my drill down, or if not, I actually hang it off my steel ladder. I put a drill steel in it, and I put caps on it, and I'll actually blast on it. So then I come back down, I go back up, I still do the same thing. Or you have an Alamac raise climber. It's like an upside down roller coaster. You lay down flat, so you're gonna be flat on your back. As soon as you go around that curve, you're vertical. There's a little hatch, you climb up there, and everything's on top of it. And it's all done by rail. Yep.
Wow.
All right, folks. So I've named 5 minerals throughout this tour about 4 times. Who can tell me what mineral that is right there? Copper. Exactly right. That's oxidized copper. Copper is usually this bluish green over here on this rib. That has a little calcium in it, so that actually makes it that beautiful turquoise color. So ladies, if your boyfriends or husbands buy you a ring and about 2 months later your finger turns green, you might want to trade him in. He's cheap. Yeah, that's not gold. Yeah. Look at her. Did you do that, bud? I'm sitting there, she's like, yeah, it's not funny, I'm joking. About a month ago, there was a young couple in here, and I never really looked around because I never thought anybody do it. I'm like, no way, did you? She's like, there was a necklace. Yeah. Hi, you two watch the Indiana Jones movies?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So get right here, turn around really fast and look up.
Oh, man.
So folks, give it about 30 seconds, that big boulder will be coming down. We only got 32 tourists this year, we gotta live up to the name Old 100, right?
I'll stand by you, there's no one you.
Yeah. So folks, that's that winds I mentioned earlier, how that 2-inch rope cable goes up with winds and goes around 2 wheels to get to the second level. If you actually went straight out and 90 straight up, you'd have to use 7 or 8 different wheels to get your alignment and your adjustment. Every time you add a wheel to it, you're going to pull the amps off your hoist, you're going to slow it down by a minute or 2 a trip. Over 5 years, that's millions of dollars. So that whole 12 foot by 12 foot development there, that was actually designed for that 2-inch rope cable. That's called a winds. All right, come on down here, we'll talk about some stuff on the table. All right, come here, young lady. You look strong. Oh, what? She's like, you're annoying me. Don't worry, you're married to one of these guys. That's all good.
Nope, I'm from the Kentucky.
Oh. So you're from Kentucky?
We're just taking care of our kids.
All right. So, young lady, this is my favorite rock in the world. If you can palm it like this with one hand, lift it straight off the table, you get to take this back to Kentucky with you.
Yeah, well, those are gonna have to go.
Yeah, don't pull a millennial and give up right away. Yeah, there you go. So, folks, this is a piece of galena. This little rock weighs about 45 to 50 pounds. Please use 2 hands, pass it around. If you don't want to hold it, don't just bypass it. Alright, so the next rock I'm going to pass behind you, don't even look at it. I want you to feel the weight. That's what that's all about. So, folks, the reason I bring up galena, that's actually 90% lead, 10% silver. We're actually inside a galena mountain. That's why we're going to talk about that, right? So that next rock coming around, all it is about the weight. So if you actually are walking around these mountains anywhere in the world and you're doing your prospecting, you actually do it by weight. If you pick up a rock that weighs like that's that small, you take it home, put goggles on, break it open, and you'll have one of those 5 minutes.
I said, you want to hold it?
Wow. You gotta be a brother or something. I mean, that's just.
We just met yesterday.
She's lying.
Yeah, folks, that second rock is actually a true piece of Lieberite. That's a piece of that quartz vein that weighs nothing. That's when you throw it over your shoulder and keep going. So you're gonna think I'm crazy. I am. I spent half of my life underground. But young ladies, everyone, this is the safest place you'll ever be in your life. This one doesn't believe me. She's like, yeah. I know I'm from Colorado. I can't smoke that stuff. It's called ATF. I still do this for a living, so I got past that. The reason I bring that up, because you got 3,000 feet of the hardest rock in North America above you. You got 12 months of natural ventilation. Since we got off that train, have you seen any ground support, any timber or steel holding this rock up? It started mining in the 1800s and shut down in 1974. It's been a mine tour here for 33 years. Look around, there's no cave-ins, nothing like that, right? The other reason I bring that up is because we all know what happened in Florida about 2.5, 3 years ago. Remember those condo buildings? Yeah, that was designed by people. How do you believe we didn't design this? And I am the smartest person you'll ever meet, just ask me. So folks, when me and that young lady were doing that double jacking and single jacking, this is what we had for light. We actually used candlelight. So every morning at the boarding house, we'd go to work, we're going to get issued an 8-hour candle. That candle was your timepiece plus your light. That candle burnt out, that was the end of your 8-hour shift. You go back to the boarding house, do it again the next day. The candlestick holder has a point and a hook on it. So that point, you can stick into a timber, you can put in the crack of a rock, or you can hang it off something because you had to be hands-free while you're doing your double jacking and single jacking, right? So after the candlelight, they came out with a carbide lamp. How this works is you stick a chunk of carbide at the bottom, you fill the top full of water. When water mixes with carbide, it forms a gas. Does anybody know what gas that is? No, it's in your cutting torch and it's not oxygen. Acetylene gas, very flammable gas. You strike a match, now you have 1 inch to 1.5 inch flame. So when you get done with the tour, get ready to jacket your hard hats, look at the old photos, you'll see those miners using the carbide lamps. But remember acetylene gas, it will come back in the tour at the end. So after the carbide light, they came out with a wheat lamp. It's a rechargeable light, lasts 12 to 18 hours. This is the style I use to this day. I drive rays for a living. So this goes on a miner's belt, hangs on my hip. This light will clip into the front of my hard hat, plus into the back of my hard hat. So if I'm up in the rays, I get head and the rock, I don't lose my gear all the way down to the bottom of the rays. That's why I use this style. Nowadays, a lot of miners like these. They're super light, better illumination. Well, the problem is they go in the rays with me, they don't listen to me. It's not if, it's when they get hit in the head. They got to take a series of ladders going down to retrieve their gear. Time is money. I'm annoyed, so I got to stop drilling. I'm up there kicking rocks on their head. I disconnect my water hose. I give them the coldest shower they ever had. And trust me, I am that person. All right, folks. Any questions about the lighting or the rocks or anything you see here so far? All right, come on down here. We're going to talk about this.
No.
So you get shafted on your car.
Oh, don't go very far. Then you'll miss out over here. All right, folks, this is that round we drilled out. 8 feet tall, 8 feet wide, 6 feet deep, 32 to 40 holes. When you put 500 pounds of explosives in here and you blast that, that's 30 tons of broken rock, 30 tons of muck. You'll notice right here, there's a hole that has nothing in it in the middle. That's called a dead hole or reliever. If you put 500 pounds of explosives in here, you don't have that dead hole. What's going to happen, you set it off, it's going to give it a shock and it's going to freeze. It has nowhere to go. That dead hole actually gives it somewhere to break to advance that 6 feet forward. The 4 holes around it, that's called a 5-hole burn. Then it goes to a box, 2 holes above it, 2 holes below it. Then it goes to a diamond, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Bigger box, bigger diamond. These holes up here are called your back holes. They're the second to last to go off, they collapse straight down. You got 30 tons of muck here. Those lifters down here, the bottom holes are the last ones to go off. They'll actually lift that muck pile up, pick it up, throw it out in your drift, and we call that fluffing your muck pile. Yeah. So that goes back to that time is money. If that material's out there nice and loose, I can come in and muck it out really fast. These lifters don't go off. I got 30 tons of set up concrete here. Takes me twice as long to muck it out. I got to find those bottom holes, blow them out, reload them, and blast them because I need that 8 feet by 8 feet, and I'll explain that at the end of the tour. So the way we're going to load this round is you get a stick of dynamite and a non-L blasting cap. You shove that non-L blasting cap into your dynamite, you turn it upside down. You get a wooden loading pole called a tamping stick, wood because it's non-sparking. You put that dynamite in that hole, you shove it all the way to the back, you tamp it in there as tight as you can get it, and you're actually going to load all 6 feet of that hole. From the back of the hole to the collar of the hole, all 40 holes the same way, and that's where you come up with that 500 pounds of explosives. All right?
Wow.
So, the way we're going to time this when this blasting cap is brand new, I have a clip and a number. That number is actually milliseconds. So inside of this trunk line, there's a flash powder that burns in milliseconds. You'd have 5 cases of dynamite, 40 caps, numbered 0 through 40. You come over here, you put a 0, a 1, 2 2s, 2 3s, 2 4s, 4 5s in your diamond, delay it out from there. You'd have 36s to 37s in your back holes, and you'd have number 40s in your lifters. Now that works. You start out with an 1.5 inch dead hole. It goes to your 5-hole burn, your box, your diamond, your box, your diamond. All you're doing is creating a bigger hole to advance that 6 feet forward. Back holes come down, bottom holes lift up and throw out. The way we're going to blast this is that clip I mentioned. You get a piece of det cord. You run the det cord across your face. You're going to clip all 40 non-Ls into your det cord, tie your det cord into an electric blasting cap, then you tie that cap into a power source. We'd walk around the corner to the train, fire in the hole, get a 9-volt battery, send a volt of electricity down here. That's going to set off the blasting cap. The blasting cap sets off the det cord. The det cord will set off all 40 non-Ls at the same time, and from there it delays out to milliseconds. So that's how we drilled it, we loaded it, we timed it, we blasted it. Any questions so far?
Was it only dynamite? I know like when they made the railroads they used, was it nitroglycerin or something like that?
So dynamite is nitroglycerin.
Oh, okay.
So, no.
It was
so,
they would have to mix it, and then it became like super unstable.
well, nitroglycerin is super unstable if it's in liquid form. So what use dynamite because it's not going to dissolve in water. What they use now is called Perel or AMFO. It's ammonium nitrate and diesel fuel. Same thing that blew up Oklahoma City. It's a lot cheaper and it hits a lot harder. But you can't use it in a wet mine because it dissolves it. Yep.
When was this method perfected? How long?
Oh, young man, you shouldn't ask me that one because I'm the smartest person you'll ever meet. So we've only been mining for about 230, 250 years, right? So we actually had to bring the Polish tin miners in from Europe that had actually been mining for thousands of years. They're the ones that actually showed us the timing plus the dead holes and all that. So back in the day, they actually had nitroglycerin, dynamite, and black powder fuse. You see how all these fuses are different lengths? The shortest one's the first one to go off. So that's how you're going to load it the same way. The timing is you're going to go short, a little longer, a little longer. Those miners will get a piece of the black powder fuse about 2.5 feet long. They put a notch every 1/4 of an inch. They light that. When it hits that notch, it actually spits out a flame. So they call it spitter fuse. So that miner would have to come in here and light this one, then this one, then this one, then this one, then these two, get all of it done, plus those important lifters, get around the corner before it went off. You had a lot of people called Limpy and Lefty back then, yeah. Yep.
Does everybody know how to do that, or is there like certain people that can do it and they just go around doing that one task, or does everybody have to know the same skill set?
So that'll come back at the end of the tour, trust me.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So everything's hard. Like this is hard rock. It's like glass. I shoot it super fast. I have one dead hole when I was mining uranium. It was sandstone and limestone. So I actually had that sandstone and limestone actually absorbs the blast. So you have to time it differently. I'd have 3 dead holes and I'd go 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'd do 2 5s, 2 6s, 4 8s. I have to delay it out by 2 or 3 numbers because you got to give it more time to actually advance that 6 feet. So it all depends on what type of rock and what you're drilling in. It's up to the driller that actually does it. Yep. All right, folks, we're all adults here. There's a little one back there, she doesn't care, but if you ever see anything that resembles this, don't mess with it. It's not a black cat, it's not going to hurt you, it's going to kill you. Rope it off, call 911, do the right thing, because as soon as this blasting cap's in there like that, if you drop this, it'll actually blow up. Wow! Just like my Broncos receivers. No, not me, yeah. If you need a job, the Broncos will hire you. Yeah, bring that up, sore subject. All right. Any other questions, folks? All right, if you're taller than me, you're going to have to duck when we go through here in a couple of spots, so just pay attention. Come on down. Hi. I'm gonna smile, yeah, right?
So we're not
Yeah.
done.
Imagine how little light that would make. But how did you see to get out of the tunnel?
You just felt the wall and went that way. I suppose there's probably guys coming towards you that were getting ready to work.
It's noon.
You should ask him how much double the top
Yeah.
they can make.
People on the product that actually get the hard ass and roll it in here. Told you, I'm that first fix. So yeah, that's something But he told me, he's like, yeah, I really want you here, so I have to do the maintenance here. But there's two rules you gotta follow. No ducking. No problem, he's like, nothing but actions. Come on. Yeah, you gotta figure that one out, right? It's taking me a while. Alright, folks, well, we just walked in right there, that's actually called an ore chute. So how that worked, back in the day, they sent miners up there, and they drove raises that looked like a lightning bolt. They go from this level to the second, to the third, to the fourth, to the fifth, all the way to the seventh level. Those are actually called ore passes. They come down here, they install that ore chute, they're gonna drop that broken rock from level to level by using gravity, go down to that ore chute. What we came in on is actually called a man trip. This rail would go all the way over there, that miner would come in, get centered underneath that ore chute, they'd open that lid, that gravity would fill that ore car, called a man trip. Usually you'd have 30-ton gravity ore cars and 60 of them on there. You'd come in, center underneath there, open that, gravity would fill that ore car full of rock, that ore car would take it out to the mill. All we did is replace that aerial tram line by using gravity in the ore cars, is pretty much how that works. So, we're almost done with the miner cycle, and we're almost done with the mine tour. So far, we learned how to drill, load, time, blast, gravity with the ore chutes, a little bit about the ore cars. The last part of the miner cycle is the muck cycle. We're down here on this main line. We just blasted 30 tons of broken rock. We're going to get that broken rock from in front of us into these 1-ton ore cars behind. This right here is called an Amco 12B mucking machine, better known as an overshot mucker. This bucket will go flying right by my face. It's going to slingshot a bucket of muck into that ore car, and that's how we're going to advance that 6 feet and get that 30 tons of broken rock out of the way. So we've been talking 8 feet by 8 feet. If you notice when I run this, if I don't have an 8-foot back, I can't throw that bucket over. I'll come in on the left, come out on the right. Center 4 feet, center 4 feet. That 8 feet by 8 feet is for the clearance for the 12-beam mucking machine itself. So we talked about time is money. How that works, if me and you were partners, we'd have to do this cycle, just the two of us, 3 times in a 10-hour shift. So we make $32 to $40 an hour. We want to double or triple our day's pay. That means we want to make that $100 to $150 an hour. The harder you work, the more money you'll actually make. That's what money's all about, right? So if somebody asked me about the specifics of who did this, it'd be me and whoever's here. We did this whole cycle, just the two of us. Wow. Yep. So folks, I'm going to run this for you. It's going to be the loudest piece of gear that I have here. I'm going to do 2 cycles. I'm going to go in, I'm going to dump, I'll go back in, I'll dump again. This will be the loudest piece of gear that I have here, but it's the most exciting thing on the video, please do. Alright, on, be good. Alright, here we go, on 3. 1, 2, 3, here we go. true minor cycle. We drilled it, we loaded it, we blasted it, we knocked it out. We're gonna go get those heavy jack legs and start drilling out our next round and make our money for the day. Any questions about the minor cycle or the two are good?
So air, I know most everything fired by air. Is there one central compressor or is there a series of compressors?
Yeah, we got a little one over there. This is only 45 PSI. You usually have to have 120 to 140 PSI to run this enough. So the compressors would be outside, they're the size of a 2-story house. They get piped in by a 24-inch pipe. It comes into big, huge receiver tanks. From that receiver tank, it goes up to a 12, to a 6, to an inch-and-a-half hose. So it's all about the volume plus the pressure, the PSI. You have to have those receiver tanks to keep this heat going nonstop, right?
But for that massive tube, like what PSI would they, ballpark, like?
There's 200 to 400 PSI coming out of there.
Okay.
That's massive pressure. Alright, any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
It's gonna be a weird one. Did they ever bring like birds or canaries down in the mines for?
Yeah, funny you bring that up. Who's all wearing canary yellow and who's not? There's my canaries. Those are coal mines.
Oh, coal mines.
Yeah, so coal mines, 99% of the accidents you hear about in the news are all coal mines.
Okay.
They're considered a controlled cave. They come in, they take out the coal seam, as they retrieve out, it collapses in behind it. That's why there's so many accidents. That's like me telling you I can control this rock. Completely nonsense. I find everything except coal. I won't even go on a coal mine property. Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions?
You said time is money, so how many cycles do you do on your typical work day?
3 and a 10-hour shift. Me and you would have to do this 3 times. $32 to $40 an hour. You want to double or triple your hourly rate. I'd say days pay because that's my terminology, but yeah, that's what it's all about. So pretty much 30 years ago, I went to this, between my junior and senior summer, I already passed all the physicals, everything for the police academy. All I had to do was graduate. I went to work with my brother that summer, he took me underground, I made more money in 3 months than I made in 6 months being a cop. So it's a drug. I've been chasing that drug all over the world. If I want a job, I'll work at McDonald's. This is all about money.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I guess in your lifespan or your experience, what's been the highest paying resource that you're pulling out?
Dude, I work for tips. You think I'm gonna take that? Alright, folks, number one rule, my tutor was ask questions and have fun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been a young one over here with long hair that hasn't asked me a thing, and this one over here, everybody's asking questions. You two, come on down here.
Uh-oh.
Come on,
You're in trouble now.
come on now, folks. Come on, everybody's here. Oh, you're right. Go away. Come here, young lady. Come on down, folks. Come on down. Come on down. All right, so that's
Right.
it. Put the hard line right there.
That's Indiana Jones. Yeah.
Here's my life. What do you think this box of wood is?
That's a potty.
No. Good. Stick your head in there. I'm not gonna touch it. It's called a felon. My lord. Good. Nothing's in there. No snakes, no spiders. Good. Look way underneath there where that wheel is. Well, you gotta get your head in there. Go ahead. Nothing's gonna hurt you. I promise. All right, young lady. What do you think that is? Go ahead. Reach in there. Pick something up. Show the whole group. Oh, I know what it is. Show them. Yeah. Oh, go ahead and put that in there.
That's a lot.
All right, young lady, a few things you're gonna learn on this tour. I don't want to touch that. There's number one, you never trust anybody that works underground. They're full of something and they like shenanigans. The other problem is you never just dive into something. That's a safety issue. There could be bad gas, there could be something in there. You always start at the top. So this is 100 years old. See how this actually has that perfect round circle that you see there? It's 100 years old. You know what it is now? If you got up here, turned around, broke your pants and sat there, you know what it is now? You just give yourself a swirly. Yeah. So, it's called a honey pot. Your deer sort of went to the bathroom. This is our underground bathroom. Yeah, what'd you pick up in there yet? There was only one. I'd have to ask you if you had your booster for hepatitis. So yeah, that's kind of a safety thing, right? So folks, it's called the honey pot. So we all know what kind of person I am by now. Yeah, I'm that person. So what kind of gas that carbide light make? Acetylene gas. So I'm going to walk by here with a handful of carbide. I throw it in there. I go off and go to work. Well, the next guy's going to be over here doing his business, having a moment to himself, right? He decides to strike that match, light that cigar. He drops that match in there. That's going to be the best bikini wax that man's ever had. Hot match, yeah. The other thing is, how many degrees have we come uphill? 3. Only thing stopping this from going out a quarter of a mile is a chunk of chain across the rail. Well, if your partner up and leaves you, it's not time to get explosives. You know where he's gonna be. He'll be over here with his light off, having a moment for himself. You sneak around that drift over there, you come, you pull that chain out, give him a kick. He goes out a quarter of a mile, nothing but a smile on his face and his pants around his head, right? Moral of my story is stay out of the mines, and if you do go, you wanna train your body before work or after work. If you're in the military, thank you very much for your service. Military, oil fields, construction workers, even some family reunions, 90% of the shenanigans go around the Blue Lagoons on service, right? Underground, this is all you have for light. Not much of an HR because here, everybody thinks I'm pretty funny except this young lady. Yeah, we get away with a lot of shenanigans. Folks, I really hope you enjoyed the tour. Any more questions? If not, what we're going to do, there's that quartz vein. It is the last tour of the day. If you hand me a cell phone, I'll get a picture of your group with that quartz vein behind you. If you get your phone, we'll head back out. Thank you very much, folks. Young lady, if you'd like, you can wash your hands off in that clean water. Go ahead, you would go. For some reason, I don't think she trusts me anymore. So, young lady, that's not a steering wheel. When that thing gets full, if you look down this rail, see everything goes into that ditch? That's actually a plug. You unscrew that, everything goes down, it goes into that ditch. That's called the number 1 ditch. Just to let you know, yeah. Alright, folks, here we go.
Our group's up in front of us. Sorry. Didn't know you took
How'd you know what that was, young lady? Did you go to the museum or have you been on the
We've
tour?
done the mine stuff in South Dakota for museums.
Alright, young man, you gotta get that.
There's actually
Mine,
one,
though.
Alright, you two, you ladies, point at that vein. Gentlemen, just look at me without a smile. You know what they're pointing at, right?
no.
That gold vein, gold diggers. That's not a joke. That's not a joke. Thank you, folks. Come on down. Ready? Did you have fun? Yeah, fun. Jump in my wife, does that make you happy? Oh, you actually like me. That's weird. Everybody else thinks that's annoying. All right, Raymond. Raymond. Give me the cheese.
But your seat might be wet. She's like, no. She's very sweet.
Thank you.
It's a potty trolley. They have those potty trolleys in the museum in South
Yeah,
Dakota.
he's like, how'd you know that?
I like this kind of stuff. I know all about the potty trolley.
So when do you elk hunt, in the mornings?
No, I barely heard you. You got to shout at him.
So I like gold a lot, but nowadays it's called Since I changed those a little bit, I kind of stay away from all of it.
So if you're doing this all day, when do you elk hunt? Early in the mornings?
Yeah.
Days off?
So the problem was that I had Wednesday and Thursday off, and I really haven't been into it very much because it looks like a pumpkin patch everywhere I go. For some reason, everybody found Silverton,
Oh,
and I've been super annoyed lately. So, yeah. To be honest, this year I didn't really care because I live in Florida now. I have a house in Silverton, but last time me and my wife got an elk, we actually had to go drive straight through so we didn't have thaw. Pretty much, my idea is if I see something big, I'll shoot it, but more than likely, I just take my gun for a walk. Alright, folks, anyone else that came in, remain seated the whole time, not seated, all body parts inside. Halfway out of the mine, I'll turn off the lights in the trolley. What I want you to do is look straight up and you'll see how dark it gets in the mine. Young lady with poop on her hands, stand up and look right down there. Go ahead.
She doesn't want to do it now.
You know the best part of my tour, besides you giving yourself a swirling? You see it? There's always light at the end of the tunnel.
That's the cleanest joke.
So those are the people who are voting to keep the OHVs out of Silverton. The
maybe.
hunters.
He might not have.
I mean, Jeeps are brightly colored too. Yeah.
He may not have, you know.
Not
But a
necessarily
resident, yeah.
Because he kind of, you're voting against himself because it's people like us who are doing the tour.
Hunting.
and asked him getting off what he liked the best, and he said mining in South Africa. He said,
Yeah, I heard
beautiful.
that before. Oh wow, it's so bright out. Yes, it is. Forgot that it was daylight. I thought we were going up there. Are they doing that? No, you just can walk out and look out there.
Go down the road, look up to it, they built
Yeah.
1904. We're gonna be closing up soon, so if you need the restrooms, please go to the restroom. We'll leave gold pans out for you, the gold pan. Just please do not leave any of your personal items in these jackets, because you're gonna wait until tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock to get it. So make sure you have your own gear before you leave. Come on. You have fun?
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
There's like a 5. I got one.
You want to give it to him? He likes you.
Thank you. Thank you, folks. Oh, thank you very much.
That was
I hope
great.
You guys enjoyed it.
Thank you so much.
Like I said, just make sure when you get ready your jackets, you know, make sure you have all your own gear, because you don't want to leave it up here. Oh, thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it.
So on the old mines we've been seeing, there's like a big pile of like.
Yeah, right over there. Everywhere you look, there's always that pile.
Yeah. All the debris
So-
and the wood and the.
You look right up here, same thing, right?
Yeah.
So that development, so you have a quarter of a mile until you hit that vein. All that stuff came over and just got dumped over the side.
Okay.
That's when they hit that vein. That's when they actually started taking it to the mill. That was all that vein material. This is all waste rock. So as we went in, you notice there's all that timber and steel holding that rock up.
Yeah.
That's actually the weakest part of the mountain, because the erosion and everything else, until you got in there far enough where it came
Solid
hard,
again.
Yeah, that's where you had the ground support there.
And then the other thing is we keep seeing like shoots. The shoots.
Yep.
Like-
Or shoots, just like I showed you, but they're
Okay.
made out of wood. Yep.
All right.
So it's all about gravity, like all the mill. Like when you walk down here to look over.
outside stuff's mill stuff, not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you walk over, you see everything's built on the side of the hillside, right? It's all by gravity. The heavy stuff sinks, the light stuff goes over the top. That's how they do that milling process. Yep.
Okay.
Thank you, folks. I hope you enjoyed it.
So much for dealing with all of our
Oh, you guys are fun. Your shenanigans. Oh, the kids are great. I told you that some of my boys could do this.
We slept the entire time. Perfect.
Are you happy now?
Yeah.
You're welcome. Thank you, folks. Like I said, I don't know how many packages, I don't know.
Yeah, we need to go out.
Oh, somebody is here waiting for somebody. Is she, 2 girls? Yeah.
You got? Are you good on bathroom? Yeah. I was like, we're not far.
Got a problem, like. They didn't. My mom is super claustrophobic. She did not want to.
She wouldn't have made it down the tunnel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We lost a couple of them. Two didn't come along.
Like I said, folks, we'll leave gold pans out for you. Even they can gold pans.
Okay.
Thank you, folks.
Thanks.
Julie actually gold pan for hours.
Oh my God, she's obsessed with it. Phone, right?
Yeah. I was looking for my other things. I'm sure they didn't fall out of my.
Yep. She was getting her face right down. I'm like, wouldn't you be leery if he's like, go on, go on.
Come on, sugar it there. I'm like, I already knew that was a potty trolley. Remember they had a potty trolley at that campground.
Yeah.
In Mead.
Yeah. Oh, there's their sign. Funk house.
Oh, maybe it is just that rubble up there. No, let's just do that. That one is that one.
Way up there. Holy shit. Now I see it.